Pastor Peggy from Slave Lake Wesleyan Church.
And I'm Pastor Diane from Norfolk Wesleyan Church.
And I am Pastor Jordan from Mosaic Church in Katyville, New York.
Welcome!
Look at me.
We've got a co-host today.
Wow.
I'm a thorn between two roses. I'm the one who is honored, I assure you. Thank you for having me, ladies.
Oh, you're most welcome. We
are separated by distance, but we have one thing in common, well, two things in common if you include Jesus. We are all Canadian and proud of it.
Yeah.
And we all have a maritime link.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah. So where are you from originally? Because Pastor Jordan, a lot of people up here in Slave Lake, Alberta are from the Maritimes. So tell us where you're from. Yeah.
I am from, I was born in St. John, New Brunswick, and I grew up in Quispamsis, New Brunswick. The test for people is if they actually know New Brunswick, they'll know where Quispamsis is. I say St. John because nobody tends to know.
We are really happy that you're here. We love the fact of this is a collaboration, this is a connection, this is a way that we can connect with one another during a time when we have to isolate.
Yeah.
And it's
really important that we stay connected in this time. You have to be intentional, right? Because all of the ways that we naturally stay connected tend to be in person. So now we have to be creative and intentional, and this is why these things are so important.
Well, we love that you're here, and it is Find Out Friday! Woo-hoo! And just a side note, but Jordan down there in Caddyville, he is musically inclined, unlike myself and Pastor Diane. So today is Find Out Friday. What are we going to find out today?
We're going to find out what makes today, not February. Isolation is getting to me.
And you wanted to go live, Diane, with this?
Sorry. Friday, April 17th. I have a file that has a whole bunch of different, this is the National Day of whatever. So today is International Bat Appreciation Day. And I said to Peggy, that's probably not a good one to celebrate at this time in world history, you know?
No.
But it's also National Cheese Ball Day. National Clean Out Your Medicine Cabinet Day. National Ellis Island Family History Day.
Oh, it's a lot of national days.
It is, yeah. And finally, National Haiku Poetry Day.
Woohoo! Woohoo! What's a haiku?
Sounds like a good day.
A haiku is a poem?
Poem?
Yes.
I found that out.
Yes, it's Japanese in origin, and it follows a cadence, like, certain rhythm. So
yes, it does.
It's not necessarily syllables. We often say a haiku is 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, but it's a different word that they use. And let me just pull this up here. Mora, M-O-R-A, is a sound unit, much like a syllable, but not exactly. So I don't know what this is.
So none of my haikus are going to be haikus then, in theory.
I think they probably will be, because we will consecrate them as haikus.
All right. We'll give a triple reverend blessing.
So, haikus. 575.
575.
575. Yep. So do you have any haikus? I am not linguistically talented. So, coming up with things like that just is not my skill set.
There you go.
But it is his.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that for certain, but I have been thinking about it, finding out that today was National Haiku Day. I actually put it out on my Facebook page too, looking for quarantine haikus. Because that's, we're all in, most of us at least are in lockdown unless we are essential workers. In fact, I think the first haiku I'd share is dedicated to essential workers. It goes, essential workers, heroes with no quarantine, risk for our reward. This is the first haiku. It's not the first haiku I wrote, but the first haiku I'll share. Or you could also have the quarantine haiku, showers optional, haven't worn pants in 2 days, quarantine is fine. Or the ever appropriate, especially in Easter quarantine, waistline expanding, Easter candy quarantine, all the gyms are closed. Or this, I don't know if anyone else feels this, I am not okay, self-isolation kills me, I need a good hug.
There's a lot of people feeling that way.
Yes.
Yeah, those are four haikus I wrote that kind of cover the range of emotions.
They really do. They capture everything about what's going on right now. I know I've gained a few pounds since quarantine has been in.
You know, it wouldn't be so bad, but we decided to safely deliver Easter baskets to all of the kids in our church. And so my wife put the baskets together and we got copious amounts of candy that has sat in our house for the last week. And I'm a sucker for a good Reese's peanut butter egg, and they've just been sitting there taunting me for days, and I've succumbed far too often.
Jordan!
Yes. Yes. And in isolation, I'm listening. I hear those calls.
For me, it's macaroni and cheese. You know how many times I've made macaroni and cheese in the last week?
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
So is it Kraft Dinner macaroni and cheese, or are you making it yourself?
No, I'm making it. It's homemade.
And just for the Norfolk peeps here, she got the recipe from Bobby's restaurant, Cafe 56. So, you know it's good.
Yeah, and I've put a twist on it in that I incorporated my mom's recipe with Bobby's recipe, and it's getting better and better. In fact, last night at 9 o'clock, I thought I should get up and make some macaroni and cheese. 9 o'clock last night.
Oh man, now I want macaroni and cheese. So thank you, Peggy.
I can't do that.
Jennifer and I have gone through, I think, 3 pounds of bacon in the last week and a half.
Oh my.
That's yeah. I mean, I eat a lot of eggs anyways, and you know, 2 people, even just 2 slices of bacon, that'll go quick.
Yeah.
When you can't get out, and you need some kind of comfort, and I love pig.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Salty, smoky bacon is just candy.
And for our American viewers, can I just dispel a myth? Canadian bacon that you call Canadian bacon, we've never heard of.
No.
I've never heard of, I only heard of the Canadian bacon when I started working for McDonald's, as every good teenager does. And I had no idea. And then I moved here and everyone's like, oh, Canadian, eh? You like your Canadian bacon? And I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Yes.
I had actually asked a waitress at a place that I usually have breakfast at weekly, and she went in and asked the cook, and it's just a specific cut of the ham. It has to be a specific cut, so it's not just any ham. It's Canadian bacon ham.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I've just noticed something about up here, and that is that all of our flags are flying at half-mast.
I noticed that yesterday.
Yeah.
Down there too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was the president or the governor that has called for all flags to be flown at half-mast.
Okay, so it is something that's official. Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything. I just noticed it at, I ventured out for groceries yesterday, and I noticed that at our local grocery store.
Well, I came across a haiku. I have an affinity to a phrase that I love to say. And it goes like this: a candle loses none of its light by lighting another candle. It's something that I heard back in probably 2004, 2005, and it has just stuck with me. I just absolutely like that. I love it for Christmas, and I use it in our candlelight service every year since I first heard it. And just it's such a beautiful thing that you start with one candle in the center, and then as the light goes around the room, it just becomes more and more brilliant. And I think that sometimes we need to pass on kindness and love and just a warm heart and light to other people. And I just absolutely love it. So I was doing some searching for haikus, and I came across one that I think is absolutely beautiful. It's by, and I may be pronouncing her name wrong, her name is Mahalia Jackson. And she was an American gospel singer. She was born in October 1911 and died in January 1972. And she wrote a poem, and I think it goes to music. I haven't heard it to music, but it's a 4-part haiku. And it goes like this. In the light we live, peacefully willing to serve, darkness is exposed. 1 million flames sparkled by a single candle. Love whispers in the wind. We are united globally. We speak up in unison, and hate grieves. We are stronger than senseless motives that take flight and bury young souls. And she says, I am asking each one of you to continue to be light, to speak love, to speak up, and to get involved, and to help where help is needed.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful? So maybe what she went through in 1918 and those few years maybe really impacted her. And this is what she wrote in years to come. I don't know exactly when this was written, but I fell in love with it. And I'll leave you with one. It says, an old silent pond. A frog jumps into the pond, splash. Silence again.
Did he
And
die?
that was, the pond made a splash. There was silence, splash, silence. And that was by, and I could be pronouncing this wrong, Matsuo Basho, and he lived from 1644 to 1694.
Oh.
Yeah. So haikus go back a long way.
I guess so.
The origins of the haiku can be traced back as far as the 9th century. So the 800s.
Still a pretty long time. 1,100 years. 1,200
Long
years.
time.
Well, from Cadieville, New York, I'm Pastor Jordan LeBlanc.
And from Slave Lake, Alberta, I am Pastor Peggy Yapman.
And from Norfolk, New York, I'm Pastor Diane. See you tomorrow. Be safe.
Be healthy.
And be the church.
Bye.
Bye.